All graduates, please make your way to the library as soon as possible. We'll be starting in 1 minute. All graduates, make your way to the library. We'll be starting in 1 minute. Welcome parents, guardians, and families of the class of 2020. We are very proud of this graduating class. We thank you for joining us today to celebrate their accomplishments and achievement of this milestone. Please stay in your assigned family zone during the duration of the ceremony, except one parent or family member who can come to the flagpole for pictures of the on-stage component of the ceremony. During the on-stage component, the graduates will exit the stage here, my left, pause in the middle of the center, where they'll take a photo, and you'll be able to take a photo right from the flagpole. They'll exit to my right. At that time, please exit that area as well. Our professional photographer will take photos and provide one 8x10 photo free of charge to your graduate with their diploma on June 16th. If you would like to purchase additional photos, please see Mr. Kirk Raymond or visit our ASB bookkeeping office for information before you leave. As a reminder, please maintain appropriate social distancing for the full hour. After the ceremony, you're invited to stay and take photos with family and friends using the backdrops that you see around the quad. Please avoid the stage, avoid the grass area, and our technical area. Please be ready to leave the school when we announce the session is over. Bienvenidos padres, tutores y familias de la clase de 2020. Estamos muy orgullosos de esta clase de graduación. Le agradecemos por estar aquí hoy para celebrar sus logros y su éxito académico. Por favor, durante la ceremonia, quédense en su zona, excepto por un padre o miembro de la familia que pueda venir al asta de la bandera para tomar fotos de la ceremonia. Nuestro fotógrafo profesional tomará fotos y le dará una foto de 8x10 a su graduado con su diploma el 16 de junio. Si desea comprar fotos adicionales, consulte a Señor Kirk Raymond antes de irse. Por favor, mantenga una distancia social adecuada durante toda la hora. Después de la ceremonia, les invitamos a quedarse y tomar fotos con familiares y amigos usando los telones de fondos alrededor del patio. Prepárense para salir de la escuela cuando anunciemos que la sesión ha terminado. Una vez más, gracias por estar aquí para honrar a estos alumnos hoy. Once again, families and parents, friends of the graduates, thank you so much for joining us here today for this graduation experience. Our graduates are going to be exiting the library doors there to my right, most of your left, momentarily. They will be walking in a processional along the front of the office. We are hopeful that each family zone provides you a good angle for capturing photos along the procession. They will pause in front of the office. They will walk down the middle of the quad here towards the flagpole, where they will pause for some words I have for the class of 2020. So please do use that time to capture photos. Your student should be continuing after that point on a processional towards the direction of your family zone, so you'll be able to capture additional photos before they come behind the backdrop for the onstage component. So thank you once again for being here. We'll be seeing our graduates hopefully momentarily coming out of the library. Thank you. All right, you guys, you look great. Thank you, families, for cheering on all of these graduates, making this moment special for them. You guys, graduates, look at that backdrop of the mountains behind Rio Mesa. Think of your wonderful memories from this place. And here's some words I have for you all. Graduating seniors of the class of 2020, do you know who you are? For starters, you're my first class. We came in together in 2016. I will always remember you as that. But most importantly, you are and will be remembered by me as the overcomers and the most resilient class ever. I think of you all coming to Rio Mesa as freshmen, and shortly thereafter, the school walkouts following the 2016 election occurred. I think of the Thomas Fire and your sophomore year being interrupted like no school year before. I recall you being fed up with gun violence in schools across the nation and even in our distant and local communities, from Las Vegas to Thousand Oaks. And I think of a student of your class organizing a forum for students to speak out and honor those who lost lives in Parkland, Florida in 2018. Then came the Woolsey Fire and heat days. Just when I thought we would finally have an uninterrupted school year, well, here we are crossing the stage in small groups versus your class as a whole in the stadium due to COVID-19. If nothing else, we learned we don't always control the circumstances, but we can and do control how we respond. We Spartans have and will continue to respond well because you, class of 2020, are spectacularly strong, and you continue to show why the future of our country is in good hands. You've shown the ability to roll with the punches and keep on fighting. You, my Spartans of the class of 2020, are the most prepared class for the real world. You're not just the most prepared to survive the real world, you're the most ready to thrive in the real world, the most ready to impact change on the real world, because you know how to sidestep would-be tacklers, you know how to hurdle challenging obstacles, you know how to soar high like eagles above those who choose to be seagulls, and you know how to successfully finish races no matter the circumstances. When you attend your own child's graduation someday, what a great story this will be. But it will only be one small story from your whole long life. Ahead of you are jobs, marriages, families. You will move places and be moved by moments. And I trust you will make the world a better place wherever you find yourself. So in closing, Spartans, don't let these times define you. It's okay to be sad and grieve the loss of some of the experiences we thought we would have, like prom, grad night, and yes, even graduation. But after grieving for a time, think about the good memories and experiences you do have from your time at Rio Mesa. And think about how much more meaningful they will be since you all went through this together. Move back to that strength of resilience that's within you all. The rest of your life lies ahead. What amazing things will you do? Spartans elevate. Together we rise. We is greater than me. Go Spartans.
Hello, families. Before I start reading names, I do want to remind everyone that your student will be to the left of me. So once you see your student, we will allow one family member to please come to the middle of the flagpole to take a picture. Thank you. Priscilla Garcia. Kyla May Garcia. Maya Prado. Nayeli Napoles. Lisandro Jr. Rivera. Alexis Velasco. Lisbeth Nolasco. Julianne Vitug. Serena Avila. Cynthia Rodriguez. George Giles. Mariana Aguilera. Cassandra Crosswhite.
Okay, so we're here for you. Don't worry about it. Take your time. What?
Cedric Lewis.
Mom always trying to be extra. No, just kidding. You look good. You look good. You get some hair. Come on. Come on.
Grandma says congratulations, Way to go, Daddy!
Emmanuel Perez.
Rocking the show.
Okay, everyone. We're going to have one more opportunity for photos of the graduates in a moment. We're going to be bringing them out to the lawn right here in front, and we'll give them opportunity to move their tassel, and if they choose to toss their cap. So have your cameras ready for that. Once again, please avoid any grass area where, especially where our tech is set up, but we'll be bringing them out so that you could take a picture from the flagpole, after which they will come out to you, and once again, you can take photos near any of those backdrops along the quad. Before we get to that component, I hope you will take a moment with me to give a huge round of applause to the two people that made this event possible. First of all, Mr. Gary Peterson, Assistant Principal, and our Activities Director, Ms. Lorena Guizar. She might be behind the backdrop. These these two wonderful people came up with the idea for this graduation experience so that your students could have a graduation-like experience like no other in the county. They dedicate themselves to 4 days of this. We're like on about 25 ceremonies now, so I want to thank them for their hard work and dedication to provide your students with this opportunity. Next, we want to thank Miss Irene C. She's standing here under the camera, and for those of you that don't know it, yes, big round of applause. This is being broadcast live, so if you have any family members that could not be here today, they can be watching live now, or they can check a recording out. You can follow her on Twitter at RMHS Video and Broadcasting, where you'll see a link to her live video feed, or you can go on YouTube through RMHS Video and Film, and you can see this ceremony broadcast. So we're very thankful to Miss Irene C. for making that possible. Due to her hard work over the last 4 days, we've had over 6,000 views of the ceremony. So thank you, Miss C. I'm hearing it's now up to 7,000, so thank you. Next to her, we have our site IT man, Mr. Gabriel Roman, who's held this all together for us for 4 days straight in the hot sun. We want to thank you, Gabriel, for making this a wonderful event for these families. Then I want to thank the teachers and counselors that devoted time, volunteer time. They're getting pretty tired. They're sitting there in the back. But thank you back there in the back for being in the library and training our kids as they come out, or in the backdrop. Thank you, teachers, counselors. We also want to thank our very own Ventura County Sheriff's Deputy 2 back there, who's devoted time to make sure we have a safe event. So thank you, Deputy 2. All right, without further ado, we're going to bring the graduates out one more time, and then they will join you all out there. Thank you so much for joining us here today. One last announcement. Check your watch. You have till 2:45 to be taking the photos out there, and then we'll have the next group come in. Thank you.
Placebo for pain, and there's no one for to blame. I refuse to accept that my work is all in vain. Worry's a bully that just won't let me be. Trying to keep me busy, tussling and struggling. Still always remembering when the going gets tough, that the labor of our love will reward us soon enough. Still always remembering when the going gets tough, that the labor of our love will reward us soon enough.
The music our favorite Alt Nation artists are listening to while inside.
Hey, this is Joe from Silver Sun Pickups, and wrapping up my little playlist was Going Gets Tough by the Growlers, another Southern California band who, you know, they're the Growlers. What can you say? They're the best. And that song just, I don't know. It always
Hey, graduates, check your robes. We have a missing stole. Our site tech, Mr. Roman, has it. So, missing stole, check to make sure you have yours. If you don't, see Mr. Roman. He's standing right there, modeling the stole ever so nicely for the missing graduate.
stay safe out there, and hopefully soon we will all be back to hugging our friends and going for hikes and playing rock shows and being together. Take care.
And those are the songs Silver Sun Pickups are listening to while inside. Find out when to catch this edition of Inside Tracks again at Alt Nation. And hear it anytime on demand with Google Assistant, Amazon Alexa, or however you stream in the house.
What's wrong? You've been asking, but I don't